Just as there are ways not to exercise in the gym, there are ways not to exercise spiritual disciplines. Let's focus on how confession can be misunderstood and misused. Confession is a time to examine our hearts, share our own sins with sorrow, and be determined to walk in forgiveness and not sin again. Confession is not a time to gossip, hurt others, or be proud. Confession is not a time to gossip. It's about our sins. We don't confess someone else's sins. Confession should not hurt others. Going up to a fellow Christian and confessing that you think they are ugly is not a proper way to exercise this spiritual discipline. And confession is not a time to show off, having false humility, which is really just being proud. Confessing to someone that you only pray for 2 hours a day, 4 days last week instead of all 7, is not exercising the discipline with a heart of humility. Confession should also be done in the appropriate settings to the right people. For example, a wife who is struggling with lustful thoughts about her friend's husband shouldn't confess that sin to that husband or her friend. She should seek out a godly woman who is not part of the equation, confess to her, and ask for prayer and accountability. Godly counsel would likely mean confessing to her own husband as well. Choose wisely, especially when confessing to peers. It is best if you can talk and pray with someone who is farther along in their faith journey than you. If in doubt, you always ask a trusted leader. And remember, if someone shares a confession with you, unless it is about harming themselves or harming others, keep it private, just between you, them, and God. As we learn confession leads to celebration, there is great freedom and forgiveness and restored relationships. There's something to rejoice about. There are many reasons to celebrate. A really good way to discover those reasons is by cultivating a heart of gratitude. Author Ann Voskamp suggests writing down 3 things a day that you are thankful for. Maybe it is something unexpected, like discovering $20 in your coat pocket. Maybe it is something planned, like time with a good friend. Or maybe it is something often taken for granted, like clean water to drink. If you list 3 things every day, by the end of a year, you will have a list of more than 1,000 things you are thankful for. There's so many ways to celebrate the things we are thankful for. One way to practice celebration is through singing and dancing. Another way is through laughter. Jesus had a great sense of humor. Creativity is a great way to practice celebration. Use your imagination. Use your skills God has given you or learn new one. Notice the creativity in others and celebrate with them. Go to their art shows and dance recitals. Read their short stories. Rejoice together in the creativity God gave us. And don't forget the obvious celebrations. Birthdays, graduations, marriages, anniversaries. Celebrate new jobs and completing big projects. Celebrate annual events, particularly those that focus on important parts of your faith, such as the birth of Jesus, his death, and resurrection. Whether you are working out at the gym or practicing spiritual disciplines, some ways are better than others. Like exercise, as you build your spiritual muscles, spiritual disciplines will feel more natural and become easier. As long as we are alive, we will have struggles. But when we can learn to celebrate every day as we learn to practice the spiritual disciplines.